Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So I really wanted to touch on this, man, because I'm all for these fighters getting what they deserve to get in the ring, and y'all know I'm a huge Terence Crawford fan, as I am Errol Spence. You feel me? Obviously, as you see my work, I'm a bigger fan of Errol Spence, but it's a big fight. It's a fight that I want to see, that I've been calling for at least the last 3 or 4 years, man. And this is just something that a lot of boxing fans want to see. It's bringing in a lot of casual fanfare as well. So this is a fight that everybody's calling for. I mean, it sells itself. I don't even really think I need to stress or emphasize how big of a fight this really is, right? So cutting straight to the chase, man, Terence Crawford, I'm really starting to question, as they're still in negotiation, as most of us presume, and they're doing. I'm glad that most of the shit is happening behind closed doors. We not really hearing no numbers thrown around like that. We ain't really hearing a lot of the details, and that's good. Even though the fight hasn't been announced yet, it's still good. It's a good sign that there's not a lot of stuff internally that's been leaked out to the public, so that's good. A lot of times when everything is out in the public and out on the table as far as numbers and what this person getting is what this person being offered and all this shit, that shit rarely goes right. So, but it's still the fact remain, the fight still haven't been announced. Errol Spence fought in April, 3 months ago, 3-4 months ago. And of course, Terence Crawford hadn't had a fight this year. And it's August now. You got September, October, November, December. This fight gotta get announced and made and signed, sealed, and delivered by September. Realistically speaking, if it's gonna happen in 2022, this fight gotta be done by September, because it's gonna take time to promote this shit. It's gonna take time. You have to have a proper rollout for a fight of this magnitude, for a fight of this quality. So it's very concerning that this fight hasn't been announced yet. And I did a live show. Go back to when I said where Terence Crawford, he did the interview with Fight Hub TV, and he was saying, the fight gonna happen. He was just saying, he seemed real nervous. I don't know. Terence Crawford energy been different ever since Errol Spence beat up Ugas, gave him a beat down of the century. And he got on the mic and he said, "Terence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt." And when he put them t-shirts out with the Grim Reaper, with the shark knocking on doors, taking everybody's shit, taking motherfuckers' eyes and they belts and shit like that. Shout out to my boy, the Real Marlo TV. You know what I'm saying? He said that boy Terence Crawford, man, he worried about his eyes and shit, And look, I don't blame him. You feel me? So ever since Errol Spence got on the mic and said what he said, Terence Crawford energy been different. You know what I'm saying? He was all in. He was, all on the camera, walking in the ocean and shit, talking about, yeah, I'm going to the deep end. I'm looking for Errol Spence, calling him out his name, talking real greasy. You feel what I'm saying? I remember on Twitter, Terence Crawford, after he beat up, who was that he beat up? I think after he beat Sean Porter, he get on Twitter talking about, man, I just gotta touch something. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but now when I see him on videos and in interviews, his energy be real different, because it's like he know that this is real now. It's put up or shut up. And it's real concerning that this fight hasn't been made yet, because like I said, going back to my point where I did on the live, I said, Terence Crawford said, hey, we working on it. Hopefully the fight get done. Then he changed it up, kind of it's gonna get. It's very conflicting. And I told y'all on that live, I said, look, we all know Errol Spence. They already got Errol shit set aside. The fight is gonna be made through PBC and Showtime, those of which Errol Spence have contracts with, legally bonded. You know what I'm saying? And Man Down Promotions. So, and Errol Spence is obviously the bigger star, the more marketable guy, the more valuable fighter when it comes to revenue, gates, pay-per-view buys, all of that stuff. Now, it's not by a huge, gigantic, exponential margin, but it's still, Errol Spence is clearly more valuable in those regards. Now, who's the better fighter, who gonna win the fight? That's all yet to be seen. That's why we want to fucking see the fight. But as far as that, we already know what Errol Spence brings to the table. So you can rest assured that Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, Errol Spence, they already got his guaranteed number figured out. His shit already set. At this point, it's just what can we get Terence Crawford to agree to? That's what it is at this point. Errol Spence shit already set aside. All they doing at this point is trying to get Team Crawford on board. Now, the reason why it's concerning that we hadn't got a deal done, and why I'm questioning, does Terence Crawford does he really want the smoke? Did he really ever really want that smoke with Errol the True Spence Jr.? The big fish, did he really ever want that smoke? Because remember when they met up backstage in Oklahoma at the Maurice Hooker fight, you know, he was talking real greasy. Bet $1 million. Bet $1 million. I'ma stop you. All this like going crazy. You know, this whole thing when he was over there with Top Rank, I'm the Boogie man. Man, none of them dudes want to see me. They don't want no smoke. You feel me? And then remember, you know, Errol Spence told him what it was at that time. I'm going to whoop this dude. I'm going to whoop this dude. I'm going to whoop this dude. I'm going to come take your shit. And then not too long ago, earlier this year, right before Errol Spence fought and beat Ugas and took his title, he said on Twitter, he said, after I get this third belt, we gonna see who holding up the fight. Errol Spence said that after I get this belt, we gonna see who holding up the fight. And I'm just saying, it's looking real iffy. Now, I'm still optimistic that the fight gonna get made, but all I'm trying to convey to y'all is that it's looking real iffy with Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing holding this shit up is if Terence Crawford came out, right, if he called them boys and said, look, give me whatever y'all want to give me, that whatever deal that y'all offering, give it to me. Bro, the fight done right there. The fight done. Earl shit already set aside. It's about what Terence Crawford gonna take. If Terence Crawford had Bo Mack, which is his manager, call and say, look, hey man, just tell him, look, we'll take whatever they offering. The fight done. Now, I'm not saying that that's the smartest thing to do because all these guys want to get paid. All I'm saying is that whole boogeyman shit, all that rah-rah shit, all that, you know, I'm trying to go, you know, I gotta touch some, you feel me? Like Errol Spence, he don't want no smoke with me, and you know, he really don't want the fight, and all that shit don't sound the same now. It don't even look the same now. It don't look the same. Because if it was really like that, Terence Crawford would be on his Devin Haney shit. Because we know Devin Haney, how he was running down on motherfuckers. He ran down on this guy, everybody turning down the smoke. And then when he finally got his opportunity for Undisputed, and they tried to offer him a wild, even though he got paid more than what he would normally get paid, or his highest guarantee, $2.8 million to fight Kambosos, everything that he had to concede to get that fight. And then also look at the difference between pay. Kambosos reportedly got $10 million and Devin Haney got 2.8. We all know Devin Haney's the bigger star. But Devin Haney was the guy that was shunned out from a lot of big opportunities. The same way a lot of Terence Crawford fans, you know, say that these guys blocking Terence Crawford out, they don't want to fight him and shit. Well, then why Terence Crawford not taking the Devin Haney route and saying, look, okay, I'm going to take the deal that they offering to prove that I'm the best, to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes, to beat a top 3 pound for pound fighter like Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying. Look, I don't blame Terence Crawford for trying to milk them motherfuckers for everything that he can get. I don't blame him because shit, hey, I probably do the same thing. All I'm saying is that boogeyman shit, I don't want to hear nothing about all that boogeyman shit, because Errol Spence said, after I get this third belt, we gonna see who holding up the fight. This shit made me think the whole time it was really just about money with Terence Crawford. I think he's interested in the fight. But I think this shit really was all about the money the whole time, because if it really wasn't all that boogeyman talking, I gotta touch some, and you know, that menacing energy and all that shit, man, he would have been doing everything he can to make this fight happen. And then the energy in these interviews and shit would have been different. Like, look, motherfucker would have been saying, hey man, what y'all offering 3-4 million? Even though me personally, I think that's low for this caliber of fight, but for Terence Crawford, it's like, shit, if you really like that, man, you need to be doing everything you can to make this fight happen, bruh. Based off of your energy leading up to this fight. Based off of your fans' energy. You literally got YouTube people making videos. People got YouTube channels 100% dedicated on Errol Spence ducking Terence Crawford. That's their whole MO. These guys make videos all day long. You see, they don't got no content going on right now because the fight's stalling. But look, these guys make videos all day long talking about Errol Spence ducking Terence Crawford and Errol Spence is afraid and all this shit. But now that the fight is real, now it's really a possibility and there's actually an offer on the table for Terence Crawford, it's crickets now. That energy different. That energy different. Was it always about the money with Terence Crawford? Did he ever actually really want that smoke with Errol the True Spence Jr.? Is he when he saw that beat down of the century, them last 4 rounds, the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th round that Errol Spence put on Yordenis Ugas, did that shake something up inside of him? I don't know. Man, I was watching that shit yesterday, man. I had to go back and watch that fight, man. Errol Spence, man, that dude is ridiculously dangerous to be in the ring with, bro. Real talk. I don't know how the hell Ugas, that motherfucker tough. I don't know how the hell Ugas even wanted more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he did it, bro. It seemed like every time Yordenis Ugas tried to find a safe space in the ring, you feel me? It's like Errol Spence's fist magically appeared. It's like his fist magically appeared, and like they was goddamn, like it was 5 Errol Spences in the ring. Man, he beat that boy ass, man. And if you look at how the fight, just how he was just getting stronger as the fight went on, that boy got a gas tank on him, don't he? I think Terence Crawford seen that shit, man. And them boys like, man, say, if I'm going to get in there with that motherfucker, say, y'all going to have to break that bread. y'all going to have to break that bread, real shit. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Terence Crawford. Shit. And motherfucker gonna have to pay me to get in there with somebody like Errol Spence. I don't blame you. But look, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Did Terence Crawford always want this? Did he really want to smoke with Errol Spence? Or was it always about the money? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Contender regime boxing. Now holla at y'all boys, man.